Okay, welcome to another lesson, and today we're going to, hey Henry, today we're going to do work on the G chord formation, and then use that information along with last week's, the C chord formation, and see how we can make a song. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the pattern that we can play for soloing off of the C chord formation. So there's going to be a lot here. Again, if you need more than a week to digest it and get it in, we'll do some strumming too. That's fine. Just take your time, enjoy yourself, don't get frustrated. So quick recap from last week, the C chord formation, and remember the note that we were covering on the B string is what named the chord. So C, skip 2 to D with our, on the B string covering the third, skip 2 to E, 1 to F, 2 to G, 2 to A, 2 to B, and just 1 to C. Okay, so that was the C chord formation. So you know how to play a whole bunch of chords just using that formation and sliding up and down. But we don't want to have to slide so much, so we need to learn another chord formation. And this is the G chord. And the way we play it is open for G is the top 3 strings are open. We don't cover anything. But I'm putting my finger up here as if I am on the opposite side of the bridge. And then on the bottom string, the E string, I'm covering the 3rd fret. Now on this chord, we're playing 2 of the roots, meaning that you can find out the name of this chord by the G string because we're hitting open G, and on the bottom string, the E string, this 3rd fret is G. So we're playing 2 Gs. We're playing it on the G string open and on the E string 3rd fret. Those are 2. So it's just barred on the first 3, the top 3, and 3rd fret bottom string. Now if we want to play A, now going back again between B and C and E and F, they're right next to each other, but all the others you have to skip a fret. So here G, we start over with A, so we slide everything up 2, so we're covering the top 3 strings on the 2nd fret, and then 5th fret on the bottom. That's A. We're playing 2 A's now because 2nd fret G string, 5th fret E string, both A's. That's an A chord. Slide up 2 to B, so we're barring the top 3 on the 4th, and we're playing the bottom 7th fret. B and C is only 1, so you slide everything up 1. So you're barring 5, and then you have 8. C and D is 7 and 10, barring 7, top 3, 10. That's D. Now we slide up 2 to E. So we're on 9 and 12. And again, we know that 12th fret bottom string is E. And then F, E, and F are right next to each other, so you only slide it up 1. And then slide up 2, and you're back to G. So we just learned a mess of chords playing the G chord formation. Okay, and remember last week we learned how to play C. And now we know how to play a C here. Barring the 5th with the top 3, and then playing that C note on the E string. So now you know how to 2 ways to play all the chords. And depending on the sound you want, this is lower. That's that's what you're going for, that's the C to play. If you want the higher, you can play that one. Okay, so there's a quick rundown of the G chord formation. Let's talk about how you could make a song. Now, let's go into the key of D, playing the C chord formation. So, you guys learned this last lesson. You're playing the top string on the 4th fret, 2nd string on the 2nd fret on the G string, playing that D on the B string, and 2nd fret on the E string. That makes a D chord, and it's named because of the 3rd fret B string. That's the D note. It names the chord for this one. Okay, so that's D. And then if you want to play a G, you just drop your finger down to cover the 3rd fret of the E string. And then you can go back to G. And then A is all you have to do is cover the 5th fret of the E string and bar the top 3. And then back to D. So very common chord progression is to use, in the key of D, is to use D, G, and A. And you can use it in any order you want. You can go D, G, A, D, A, G, just play with it. Here's a simple strum where you just go thumb, down, up, thumb, down, up, thumb, down, up. I'm gonna go to G, going to G, right, down. Thumb, down, up, thumb, down, up. Gonna go back to D, thumb, down, up, going to D, right, now. Now let's go to A, going to A, right, now. And then back to D, going to D, right, now. Okay, so you can use that progression, D, G, and A, and you can play it a little. Back to D, back to A. Gonna end on D. And you can go in any way you want. You could go from D to A to G, back to A to D. So play around with those, begin and end on D, and you're gonna sound great. And and this is where you can start writing some music, Went to the park the other day, and all the geese were flying away, and I wondered what's going on. There you go. Make up some words, make up a melody, and strum away and enjoy it. So thumb down up, thumb down up. That's a good beginner strum. Let's talk just a second about a pattern, a lead pattern that you could play, or a little fill pattern that you could play off of that G, the C formation, and we'll stay in the key of D, playing the D chord. Okay, so you can see I have the D. Now, if you want to add a little spice to it, it doesn't take much. You got a lot right there at your fingertips, so you can the way you do it, here's the little pattern. On the E string, you're playing the 2nd fret already with your index finger. Well, you can play the 5th fret. So put your pinky down on the 5th fret and then pick it up and play on the 2nd again. That's a nice little thing you can do. On the B string, you'd also just keep everything there. You're playing the D note on the B string already, but you can play the 5th fret, the E note, and hit E and then go back to D. And then on the G string, you're playing the 2nd fret. On the G string, play 4. That's another B. B to A. And then on the top, the D string, you're playing a, man, what do we got here? We got a D, E, F sharp. And you can play from F sharp to E. Now, you don't really need to know these, but it's actually fret 4 to 2, and on the G string it's fret 4 to 2. So what I'm playing, if you want just numbers, starting with the bottom E string, it's 5 to 2, 5 to 2. On the B string, it's 5 to 3, and then on the G string, it's 4 to 2. And on the D string, the top string, it's 4 to 2. Okay. So there you go, a little pattern that you can add, and you don't have to play them all. You can just play. And play that one. Playing the top one. So, if you want to free up your hands a little bit, remember it's 2, 5, 2, 5. I'm starting on the E string. 5, 2, B string, 5, 3, G string, 4, 2. And the top string, the D string, 4, 2 again. What a nice little pattern. 5, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2. So you can strum away. And make your own little melodies instead of just playing the chord. You could add a little flavor there. So start playing around with that and getting that under your fingertips. And the cool thing is you know, you're in D, but if you were playing an E, somebody wanted to play a song in E, you just move it up 2 frets to E. Same pattern. And you can move up to F, G. You can go wherever you want, because it's your ukulele and nobody can tell you where to go with it. All right. So that's a lot to learn in one lesson. Take your time. Remember the G chord formation. And our simple tune was in the key of D to G to A, and however you want to do that. And then the little pattern, 5, 2, 5, 3, 4, 2, 4, 2, in the chord of D. with the C-shaped formation. And I know it's a lot of gumpy words. You're playing this D chord right here, and there's your pattern, I guess. Super easy. Keep playing, concentrate on that, have fun, and I'll see you next time.